rings. It's time to go. It's time for the show. And tonight's show, or today's show, will be a battle between me, and I'm going one-on-one with the Great One. I'm talking about the YouTuber who goes by the handle of the Great One, because I simply just don't agree with your opinion. So I'm about to tell you how it is. That's right, how it is in this wrestling game. Charlotte winning the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, while yes, it may have been expected, it may be the norm for the WWE, but it is just simply based on the talent. You cannot deny when Charlotte Flair is in the ring, she is the main thing. She is the freaking show. So Charlotte went into a very hard battle as number 30, and she did become the winner. Now, I did like the fact, I agree with you, the Great One, that Roxanne Perez staying to the end was a good push. It gave people hope. It gave people a chance, but it just ain't meant to be. Roxanne Perez's time is coming. No doubt about that. But Charlotte being predictable as the winner, I just can't agree with you. Opinion number one, out the door. Now, this definitely was the best Women's Royal Rumble that there's been in quite some time. And I say that because Alexa Bliss was unexpected. And for Alexa Bliss to come and show and to prove, it was a good day. I was happy to see her. Now, Jordan Grace, the Great One, you said you didn't know about this young lady? How could you not know? I personally was at TNA Genesis when she made her last appearance, and they had made it known prior to the match that she would be coming up to the WWE main roster. So how you didn't know, Mr. I'm in the circle, I just don't understand. But Alexa Bliss, I'm glad to see you back, girl. Let's do that thing. Your opinion, Great One, is a blur. Io, Bianca, Liv being eliminated. You had a lot to say about that. And I understand Io is a quote-unquote crowd favorite. But unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately, because it was the same for Asuka. The language barrier, not being able to cut good promos, is always going to hold her down. Bianca, while I love Bianca, and I've been to several of her signings, I might have been stalkerish even a little bit, but I have been to several of Bianca Belair's signings. She signed multiple things for me. I love Bianca Belair, but something just missing with her being a tag team person. It actually took away from her solo run as a solo competitor. The tag team with Jade and now with Naomi just doesn't work for me. Now, Motor City Machine Guns. I just can't agree with you. They have not shown and proved that they deserve to be the champions. You came in on night one, you dethroned the Bloodline, and now you think you run the show? While I am not a fan favorite of DIY, if you look at my predictions on the day of the Rumble, I did predict DIY would win the tag team match. And that's just what they did. I know everybody wants to talk about Motor City Machine Guns did this, they did that, and other indie wrestling. They were not top-notch stars. Even you, the Great One, mentioned that they went from doing shows with 2,000 to 3,000 people in the arena to doing a show with 60,000. They not ready. And that's just my opinion on that. Great One. Now the Street Profits, we can agree on. They did a fabulous job coming into the Rumble and making some noise. Their official heel turn. Now, good or bad, I'm going to always love the Street Profits because I think Montez is so much untapped potential that I know he doesn't want to leave Dawkins behind. But if that dude really wanted to cut loose and go solo, pew, rocket to the top instantly. But I love what they did. They want to make sure DIY does keep the belts because they really want to beat the better team. And Pretty Deadly, that's not going to be it. That's not going to bring people to the marquee. But I do agree that Street Profits had a great, great showing at the Royal Rumble. New Day, heel turn. I think it's a good thing. I think it's great potential for Xavier Woods to expand his horizons and become a whole new person. But I think Xavier has the chops to pull it off. Whereas Kofi, I love Kofi, great guy, but I think that's the problem. Great guy, nice guy, doesn't come across as appealing as a bad guy, as a heel, as it's called in mainstream wrestling. He doesn't have that heel vibe. He's still just a babyface trying to be hard. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how I feel, but it seems like you don't know how you feel, Great One, as either. You mentioned the aggressive Cody in the Rumble. I like it. I like the aggressive Cody. I think it's a whole new dimension for him. It's, you can be a face, but not have to kiss the babies, hug the girls, kiss the babies. You don't have to do that to be a mainstreamer. So, or a face per se, a baby face. I think this has potential to heighten Cody's story. I don't know why you don't think so, but I think it will really heighten his potential. Speed. Hot Show Speed. Hot Show Speed was indeed a highlight of the Rumble. It was kind of corny how they incorporated him in. I hated to see. No, let me not lie. I didn't care if Akira Tozawa was in the match or not. His exit was just as fast on the runway as it would have been in the ring. So Akira Tozawa, not a highlight. Now, Great One, this is where we may have a consensus. The theme music right now in the WWE, I gotta just plain out say it, it sucks. And you are correct. There were times during the women's Rumble and the men's Rumble that I did not recognize the music. And my wife was like, oh, you don't know? You don't know? No, I don't know. Because, like you said, the Finn Balor music was confusing. I also don't love the new AJ Styles theme song. I'll go a little further. I hate the New Day's new theme song. So there is a lot of work that needs to happen in the WWE as far as theme songs. So that one, I agree with. Now, you mentioned John Cena, CM Punk being a potential thing. And I know CM Punk is bitter about not having that great match with Cena that he wanted. The Cena-Punk rivalry, wasn't so great. But I don't see a reason at this moment, unless the script changes, that Cena and Punk would really have beef. And the possibility of a 3-way, 4-way match, a standalone match at WrestleMania does sound good to me. I know there's no titles involved, but to see Seth, Punk, and the Tribal Chief in a 3-way, fatal 3-way match would be spectacular. It doesn't need a title building. It could be the match right before the main event on either night. And it's going to be a banger without a title necessary. You mentioned Drew in the mix for a possible 4-way match, and that doesn't leave Cody necessarily with an opponent right now. I just don't see that a fatal 4-way is needed. But I will say this, because you mentioned it, that you could see a great match with Drew and Cody at the Mania. I've already bought my tickets, dude. I've already booked my flight to Vegas. I've already got my Airbnb ready to go. I'm not, and I mean I am not, flying to Vegas, to WrestleMania Vegas, to see a damn match between Cody and McIntyre. Yeah, I said it, McIntyre. That dude has played out. He held us down during the COVID era. I will admit that. He kept me watching, even though we were in empty stadiums, empty arenas. We were at the Performance Center and it was empty, and I'm watching weirdos on TV screens trying to plug themselves. McIntyre is not it. I do not want to see a title match with that. I would rather see Sammy get his slide in by fighting KO at Elimination Chamber, and Cody seeing who has the real potential to face him again. I would rather see KO versus Cody again, because this time it was a banger. And I feel like those two could pull off a spectacular match, just like it was last year's WrestleMania with the Bloodline and Cody and Seth and all the guest appearances. I think that match would be phenomenal at WrestleMania. But McIntyre, nah, I don't think so. And this is my biggest pet peeve with you and your predictions right now. How in the world can you hate the fact that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble? How could you hate that? How can anybody hate that? I know, as it goes, he is not the consummate performer in the ring. He doesn't have the performances of a Seth Rollins. He does not have the performances of a John Cena per se. He's not putting on banger after banger like Sheamus in those hard-fought battles, but that dude is the face of WWE, and he doesn't need a title to do that. Cody has the WWE title, and he's not the face anymore. Nobody is rocking with Cody to come party with Cody. But each and every time I'm in an arena with Jey Uso, I'm yeeting out the building. And I only am excited to go to WrestleMania in Vegas so I can yeet with the yeet crowd and the yeet-aholics, as you call this. I am going to yeet my way out of the building, and I don't know how you could say anything bad about Jey Uso. Is he top 10 on the roster right now? Absolutely. And you say he's not? Dude, are you crazy? You must be. I'm going to stop even talking about that and addressing that with you. Now, SmackDown this week was great. And I do agree with you on that it actually kept me watching. But I shouldn't say actually, because I enjoy any WWE event that I can watch and see. It's a great time to be in the building. I am going to digress a little bit. I do want to say, Seth Rollins, your outfit on Raw, amazing. I loved the urban cowboy look. It was freaking amazing. Now, you said, great one, that Akira Tozawa was a highlight of the night. We had to bring in a SmackDown superstar. We had to bring in a Raw superstar to make SmackDown great. Are you freaking crazy? Nobody is checking for Akira Tozawa. He's just not that talented. I am tired of these joke and gimmick promos. It's stupid. Unless we're going to bring back the lightweight championship or some other menial title, I never want to see Akira Tozawa on my screen. And I said it and I meant it, and I'm done with that. Now, Jay meeting Cody in the ring on SmackDown was a fabulous moment. I don't think that Jay is going to pick Cody. It's just not his time. I have to agree with Jacob and Tama Tonga. It's just not that dude. He's just not that dude to bring the title back to the bloodline. But him and Gunther, I see that as a banger match. It would be the third part of the trilogy, and it will show and prove that Jay can overcome it all. He came dealing with being the low man on the totem pole in the bloodline. He was talked to like a dog. He was treated like a servant, and he overcame that. And I believe it is his time to overcome Gunther and replace him as the champion, because we do need a face as the championship, holding the championship belt. Even though I like Gunther. I love the music. I love the attitude. I love the swag. The European swagger is amazing. Now, as far as the matches that really highlighted the night, we were basically only checking for the Elimination Chamber matches. And it was good to see Bianca highlighted once again. Piper Niven, you're just a Chelsea flunky. And that's all we're going to be. You've always played these flunky roles. You're always the second thought in these roles. You took a role with Chelsea Green as the tag team, and Chelsea's just outshining you. Piper, we need much, much more. Match 2 of the night for qualifying for the Elimination Chamber, we pitted Alexa Bliss versus Candice LeRae. And Candice LeRae, and I've always told y'all, it's always going to be Bliss for me. Bliss, Bliss, Bliss. I've always loved Alexa Bliss in any role that she played, but I do appreciate the homage that she paid to Bray Wyatt. We love you, rest in peace. Sorry you didn't have the long career that we expected. But Alexa Bliss winning, amazing. You talked about Charlotte again. I don't know what it is, the great one, about your personal rift with Charlotte, but Charlotte is perfection, dude. Charlotte is that lady, and she's going to remain that lady. Now, I do agree with you that we would much, much, much rather have a Charlotte Tiffany match than a Charlotte Rhea Ripley match because we've already seen it. But I think it will be the rise of Tiffy time. And I know a lot of people around me hate Tiffany. I don't know if it's me and I love a bad guy, but yeah. Tiffany, thumbs up. I want to see you win at WrestleMania, even though it is against my queen. I do want to see you win at WrestleMania. Now, it really pains me to say that I'm going to agree with the great one on a subject, and that subject is my guy, Jacob Fatu. Jacob and Tama Tonga are the damn show. I mean, when Jacob is in the building, you are about to see a prison-style assault. He walks to the ring like he's walking into a fight on the yard, and then you have the unpredictable, the uncanny, I don't know what to say about Tama Tonga. All I can say about Tama Tonga is yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hated to see them go up against Jay and Cody because I am a Jay fan. I'm a little bit of a closet Cody fan, but I only like the new aggressive Cody. But when Jacob Fatu is in the building, that is all that I want to see. I want to see him off the cuff. I want to see him off the chain. I want to see him unleashed. Now, the big prediction for me is when Jacob finally sets in that he no longer needs to be under the tutelage of Solo Sequoia. Oh my God. This guy is going to be the stuff. He is going to be the man. So that is all I have to say about that. This is all I have to say about the great one's opinions. I don't agree with you on a lot of points that you attempt to make, and I needed to go one-on-one with you, the great one, to tell you, dude, you're crazy. And it makes no sense. And while we're critiquing wrestlers, let me go ahead and critique you. Bro, I need you to get rid of that 1993 Vanilla Ice, yes, Rob Van Winkle haircut. You need to get rid of that slope in the head. I hate the haircut. It distracts me every week from looking at your videos. I will admit, I have looked. I am a supporter. I do watch. I do like to see other people's opinion, and I'm not going to hate on anybody else's opinion. But this is mine. Please change that Vanilla Ice hairstyle. Now, ding, ding. The show is over. It's time to go. Our last match has been made. I hope to see you next time on Wrestling with the Truth with MJV. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.